everyone, I'm Ant. Welcome to Cromford in Derbyshire, Cromford Canal. 14.5 miles long and completed in 1794. And today I'm going to start at Cromford, go as far as Ambergate. We'll pop through Whatstand Well. We'll have a look at all the little bits around us. We've got the pumping house to look forward to, the start of the Cromford and High Peak Railway, and late autumn. What more could you want? I'll see you a bit further down. We'll talk a bit further down. Now, designed and built by William Jessup and with the help of Benjamin Outram, it contained 14 locks and also 4 tunnels. One of them, a little one, we'll get to go through today. I originally did this in November last year and I got as far as Ambergate, did it all. Lovely frosty winter's morning really. Lost half the files, it didn't record the second half. I was absolutely gutted. So I've waited till autumn again to get all the colours of the trees, and it's just rained so much, so I'm in very late autumn now and most of the trees are bare. Still quite a nice bit of colour though. Just over there, you might have got a sneak peek of it. It's the Matlock to Derby railway line. It's about a mile or so up here. We're gonna come up to the Derwent and also the pump house. Now it's called Leewood Pump House and it was built in 1849. It's also known as the High Peak Pump House, and it was built some 50 years after the canal, you know, was generally open to traffic. And it is also a grade 2 listed building. We're hoping to get the drone near it. If not, we'll do our best with this and we'll talk about it as well when we get there. A little culvert of some sort down there. I'm going to see if I can jump down and have a look. So just leave the canal behind and have a little wander down here. There we go. So it's going to take us underneath the railway. So that's your Matlock to Ambergate and Derby line there. Got the culvert going underneath. I'm going to see if I can shine my tunnel torch, which I just happen to have with me for something else a little later on. So there's the intake just there, look, and under it goes. I have absolutely no idea what that little stream was. I do know when it goes under the railway though, it goes into the River Derwent, which is just pretty much runs parallel with the canal and the railway. I'm making my way back up to the canal towpath now. close and personal look with the railway line between Derby in that direction, Cromford and Matlock in that direction. It's going to part ways from it temporarily, but I think we're going to swing back round to it again. I don't think we're far from the pumping station either. Wind's getting up a little bit when we are right next to the railway, and there's a lot of trees anyway. I'm not going to be able to use the drone, unfortunately. This is just beautiful, look at it. A lot of the leaves have already gone, but the colours are still present, and I think the little breeze actually adds to it a little bit. That's looking back where we just come from. Look at that. So I'm going to keep my head out of shot as much as possible and just let you enjoy what you've actually come here to watch. Taking a nice left bend again, following the course of the railway line. So a stroke of luck getting that service going to Matlock. Look how far down the track bed's gone now. At one point it was level with it and slightly below it, I think. If you think back to where the culvert was as well, it was a steep embankment. So here we are at High Peak Junction. It's officially bridge number 2 on the canal as well. High Peak Junction workshops over there, there's an information centre. Our railway is a little way over there, and the Derwents is the other side of the railway. There's a little bit here you might want to go and look at. So let's cross the canal. Just here. We'll continue on down there soon. Let's have a little look at this, shall we? So these two brake vans are still in brilliant condition, aren't they? I think that's blooming marvellous, to be honest. I can remember coming here when I was really young. Quite a gradient ahead as well. It's the old water tower, and looking back at the brake vans there, look. Right, let's climb the steps. We'll have a little look inside. There we go. So unfortunately it's locked. I kind of expected it to be. That's the view back, look. I'm going to have a little look at the tunnel. Get the torch out for the second time. See if we can light it up a little bit. It's a good look at all the winding gear as well. Look, with a bit of track in place. All the winding wheels and cables. Even some ballast present, look. This must have been a formidable sight in its day. The other side, that's the A6 Derby Road that runs along Derby, Matlock. That is a very steep gradient for another day. I'm going to make my way back through, get back onto the canal. So that was the River Derwent we've just been looking at. That's the line back to Matlock and the line off towards Derby. Time to leave High Peak Junction behind, and we'll crack on towards What's Damwell and the pump house. They're pretty cute over there, aren't they? Are they perhaps a couple of old cottages or workmen's huts? Looks like there used to be an old passageway on the right. I'll take a photo and try and zoom in on that. So yeah, potentially a cottage on the left and a storeroom on the right, maybe with the two windows on the left building and a single window on the right, all of course built up. Another little hut just there. Look at the old chimney on top of that. It literally looks like that chimney is just balancing on there. It's so straight and upright and tall. Now above these weeds here, you've got this old warehouse and a wharf. There's a sign on the side, it says engine must not enter this warehouse. So perhaps this was a siding. I think it was probably a siding that come off the High Peak Railway, stopped around about here, unloaded goods or loaded goods, and then used the wharf to continue or unload the narrowboat journey. There we go, there's a better view of it. I'm sure it was occupied last time I come down here, last year. Right, I spy myself a pump house. So right by the Derwent Aqueduct and standing 45 feet above ground is the pump house. It's got a 95-foot high chimney stack. Look at that, that's amazing. I want to see if I can get above that. So again, this was built 50 years after the canal opened. The gate is open, so I've come down to have a closer look. This is marvellous, isn't it? Rain stopped play with the drone, so that's the best I could get. We're just left behind the Nightingale Arm as well. That is the other side of that aqueduct, and Nightingale Cottage as well. Lots of restoration work going off there. We're going to cross the railway line over a little aqueduct, and soon after that we've got Gregory Tunnel at 76 yards long. Got the sunshine coming out again now. It's just typical, isn't it? I'll give it another go soon. So there's Leewood Tunnel, look, that's going back to Matlock, that is. I think it's 315 yards long. Clearly it used to be double track, and there's the route back towards Watstanwell, Ambergate and onto Derby. It's looking very stormy over there again. We're going to crack on now. The tunnel that we're going to go through isn't far down here at all. These colours are astounding. Luckily I just got the drone up then, a break in the rain. This is beautiful. Right, this is Gregory Tunnel, 76 yards. Towpath one side. Look how narrow that looks on that left hand side. That's brilliant. Right, I'm going to get the super bright torch out again. See if we can have a better look at it. Hopefully it won't bounce off that fencing too much. It's got a lovely stone, green, moss covered, weed covered, grass covered, basically just nature covered top, hasn't it? That's beautiful. Just blends in so sweetly. Right, let's take a walk through. Let's get the torch on. There we go. About halfway through now. A quick look from behind. So that's it, look at the other way, look. Look at the variation in stonework and all the markings. That's great. Right, let's get out the other end. We can turn the torch off in a minute so we don't blind anybody or any wildlife that might be out there. There we are. And another, not as nice looking as the other portal, but it's still really cute and blends in beautifully. Fantastic. So I was really lucky to squeeze this one in before the tiers went up in Nottingham and Nottinghamshire, and then there's rumblings going around that there's going to be another lockdown. Probably by the time you get this video we'll be in a lockdown again, so this could potentially be the last canal walk this year I've done, and you'll get to see, which is disappointing because I want to do some more of the Trent and Mersey, but it's obviously not to be. Coming up to Wat Stanwell now. So this is Wat Stanwell Station, and it was originally opened in 1849, but this is not the original site of the station. It was resited in 1894. I'll see if I can find some pictures of it. So here's our view back to Derby, and the tunnel which would take us off towards Matlock. So I'm going to get myself to Ambergate now, where I'll finish today's journey. So over there, the other side of the railway, the A6 and the Derwent, all them trees, it's called Shining Cliff Woods, and we've been there before, over just about a year ago. It was November last year. Went to visit that Oakhurst abandoned house. And in there there's somewhere else I want to go, and it's to find a tree, and it's a tree called Betty Kenny's tree. And legend has it that it inspired the Rockabye Baby nursery rhyme, and it's a real creepy little thing. So that's something to look out for. So that's over there. You're going to come with me one day and we'll go and find it. Sadly, it's unlikely I'll be able to get the drone out again now, because the railway is, you can see how close it is. It's down there. So we don't want to be breaking any rules there. So there's a footbridge just there as well, and if we'd have gone that way, about a mile, it took us to Cryche. I've just heard the train go past back to Matlock, so that's going to be coming back in around about 30-35 minutes time, and that's going to be my journey home. This little bit here, this is just beautiful, isn't it? That is lovely. Let's have a look behind. Yes, what a way to finish off the canal walks for 2020. What do you think? Is this classed as a tunnel? Wall there, wall there. There's the railway, look. So just out of sight down there is Ambergate Station. Did it just me, or does that tree look like it's got two eyes, a nose and a mouth? Just being weird, aren't I? Lots of ducks here, so I can't name them all, too many of them. Thank you all for watching, and you know, I really appreciate it. Get back on the canals again next year, try and do a hell of a lot more than I've managed this year because of certain restrictions, etc. Like, subscribe, comment below, even share it, or you know, drop me a message, anything. Take care, bye bye.